G'day folks. Shouldn't say folks really. There's another like industrial archaeological website that I kind of follow, IKS I think it is, and that fella is always saying folks and it really winds me up, and now I'm doing it too. So anyway, never mind. I'm not walking today. It is January the 6th today. I am getting better, but this is certainly the worst outbreak of gout that I ever had. Not only was it the most debilitating and the most painful, but also it's taken the longest time to clear up, and it is clearing up now, and you know, I've just about got full mobility back in my knee. But there are still one or two, you know, nasty little pains from deep inside which tell me that it's not 100% fixed yet. So I'm not walking yet, just another maybe 2 or 3 days before I do that again. But I'm just down here checking the water level again. I'm like the human rain gauge. If you ever looked at that great Michael Palin series, Ripping Yarns, when he played the world's most boring man, Eric Goldthwait, and the only two things he was interested in and he could talk about were shovels and checking the rain gauge at the town hall. And anyway, I'm doing that as well. I'm not fully cured yet, and well, let's call it a punishment, shall we, for being so stupid. But it really knocked me back physically and mentally. And mentally I'm still not right. Just ashamed as to how stupid I could be. No one else that I let down apart from me, of course. But now I've noticed that now I'm not drinking again, I've got that a modicum of self-respect back. If nowadays, if I start drinking alcohol, I lose all my self-respect, and that's a good thing. I'm always trying to grasp from adversity some plus point, you know, because deep underneath this pessimistic exterior, I am an optimist. Hope for the best and fear and prepare for the worst. That is my mantra in everything. So what good came out of this Christmas experience? I had to dig really, really deep to find anything, but there are a couple of things really. First, I limited my alcohol consumption over Christmas to 1 day when it would otherwise have been 8 days, and therefore I would have done myself a lot more long-term damage. A lot more weight gain that I didn't have to put up with. Number two, I didn't want to drink over this Christmas at all. I was just too scared to face a Christmas without alcohol. And now I pretty well have done. Only Christmas Eve did I have any alcohol. All the rest of the Christmas and New Year was dry. So now I know I can do it. And therefore, next Christmas I do intend to be dry, should I live that bloody long. So that is a good thing. So that maybe is another one of my psychological barriers crossed off the list. With this kind of problem and the kind of guidance I got from my stop drinking mentor, you know the mental functions that are problem drinker has. And you have to break those psychological compunctions to drink. And one of them was Christmas. How can I possibly go through Christmas without a bottle of champagne on Christmas morning and, you know, a tot or two of whiskey, because that's what you always had right from the age of 5. It's all my parents' fault, really. So now the only major hurdle for me is coming up in sort of 3 months' time, which is my flight back. I've got to face, you know, a long and horrendous international flight back to the States with no alcohol. So that's going to take some doing. But I know that if I start drinking, by the time I get back to the States, I'm just going to be a useless wreck and won't be able to function. So anyway, two pluses from this horrendous Christmas experience. And let's hope, knock on wood, that next Christmas, A, I'll be a lot fitter anyway, and B, I'll be prepared for it. Okay, nothing else new, just a bit of homespun philosophy. I'm just coming down here to check the water level on my ruler, which are the steps. You won't see that in this video. Will all be stitched together in another water level is dropping video, which will be for some time later. Anyway, thanks for listening. Thanks for putting up with me. Cheerio.